if you have done your summarization for 2 minutes and you still have time left, that's 3 minutes. What you can do is, you can do... Hi everybody, how are you all? Welcome back to another session of Learning English with me. Today I'm going to tell you something that you people have been demanding, that ma'am, please suggest a study plan of English. So as you can remember, nearly a month ago, I posted one video. I created a video for you where I was telling the importance of making a plan. So I told you 2 strategies to become a fluent English speaker. And making a plan, sticking to the plan is very important. How to do that, what you have to do in order to do that, you can watch the video out. The link is given in the description box below if you haven't. So this is very important. And after that, I got a request, ma'am, please make a video for us where you're telling a study plan. So today I am here with the easiest study plan that anybody can follow, even if you don't have enough time to learn English. So that is one of the problems which I recently covered in the video yesterday that I created for you. And this is a study plan that has been inspired by that particular video. Because these days, schedules are tight, you don't have time. So 20 minutes a day. You just have to give 20 minutes per day for 1 month continuously. So that is one of the most important aspects of a study plan, that when you're making a plan, you have to stick to the plan. And this plan must be followed for 1 month. Not more than 1 month, because after that you need to review your plan, you need to make changes in the plan, because you are going to improve. And when you will improve, you might change your strategies, you might adopt advanced strategies to learn English. This is the easiest study plan that anyone can follow, and you can start following it. Why you should start with an easy plan? Because in the beginning, if you're landing on a difficult study plan, it will be really difficult for you to follow it for a month. You will be tempted to give it up within a few days. So adopting easy study plan makes it your routine, a part of your daily life. Are you excited to know about this study plan? So let's begin. I'm Shivangi Gupta, your CELTA certified English language tutor, and now we are going to talk about this particular study plan that I have for you. Now 20 minutes in a day. You have to give 20 minutes to learning English, and I think just 20 minutes, we all can take out 20 minutes. We have 24 hours on our hand. So in 20 minutes, we have to divide the time up. I'm going to divide the time in 5-minute chunks. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take 4 blocks. I'll call them blocks. 4 blocks of 5 minutes. So we are going to divide our learning into 4 chunks. 5 minutes of one section, 5 minutes of another block, 5 minutes of third block, and the 5 minutes of the last block. So let's begin with the block number 1, or the aspect number 1 which you need to focus on. That is listening English. So 5 minutes should be solely given to listening English. Now you know listening is very important. If you want to speak fluent English, I told you time and time again that you have to consume English first. You have to listen to the English, the good model of English. That is very important. Now because you only have 5 minutes on your hands, you have to plan out this listening in a smart manner. It's not like you can just take anything randomly. So there are a lot of ways through which you can listen to English, do your listening practice that I have already covered in my recent videos. Either you can do that, or I'm gonna suggest something totally new here today, that you can listen to something in English in 2 ways. One is that you listen to something that you love. Listen to anything that you like. If you like a podcast that is in English, but not about English learning, that's totally okay, because you need to be exposed to different vocabulary and words. That is totally fine. So either you listen to something that you love, maybe a YouTube channel, maybe a podcast, maybe an English song, or maybe you can just listen to news and get update about whatever is going on around the world. Now what is option number 2? So the option number 2 is more focused, more targeted. That is, you listen to either English learning videos or the content created solely for English learning. For example, recently I told you about the BBC Learning English website and application app. So this particular app has a lot of listening material, videos plus audios, 6-minute videos, audios that are made for English listening, for study purposes, solely for study purpose, so that you can listen to good English in order to learn vocabulary and also pick up good sentence structures, phrases, because when we listen to good English, often we end up picking up good sentences that we don't realize, but later on we use them in our speaking practice and when we are speaking in the real world. This was the 5 minutes of English listening. Now, what option should you take? Option 1 or option 2? I suggest you mix it up according to you. Some days you listen to something that you love, some days you listen to the audios that are created for learning English, some days you listen to the English learning videos or audios, podcasts. So the thing is that mix everything up. Do not stick to just listening to something that you love in English, just listening to songs every day. No, mix everything up. Listen to the study material and also listen to something that you love in English. That is the best option. Now we have covered 5 minutes of English listening. What is next on the platter? So the next 5 minutes, the block number 2, must be given to reading. You need to focus on reading. So read English, read anything in English, whether it's a novel, a book, anything that you love to read in English. It can be article, it can be blogs. Read them in English. Reading is very important because reading makes you fluent in English. Reading expands your vocabulary. When you read, you interact with new words, you get to learn new vocabulary words, everything. So when you're reading, your focus must be to read everything. You should not break your reading fluency. So you need to consume good format of English, and reading is something where you can interact with the language. When you're listening to something, you are dependent on the pace of the speaker. You cannot control the pace. With the pace that speaker is speaking, you have to pay attention to that. Although through modern technology you can slow down or maybe fast forward the video, that is something else. But I'm talking about the natural flow of a speaker. But when you're reading things, you can slow down, you can read fast, it is in your control. You can focus on certain words, you can focus on certain sentences. You have the liberty to interact with the material that is there, the English content. That's why reading is important, because you pick important sentences, phrases, the sentence structure, good sentence structure from reading. Reading helps you to pick them a lot. That's why reading adds up to your fluency. Reading is essential because when you read daily, it develops your English speaking capability. Subconsciously, you're picking good language, which is very important if you want to speak fluent English. Now, when you're reading, one thing that I would highly recommend is do not take pauses. Do not pause in order to search meaning of certain words. What you can do is instead make notes. Make note about everything. If you don't know the meaning of 2 words, write them down. As soon as you think that this word is difficult for me, write it down. That's okay. We will get time to review the vocabulary later on. This is not the time to do that. This is the time that you need to solely give to reading. Believe me, do this for a month and you will practically see that this improves your English a lot. Now, let's come to the next block. So the block number 3, that you have to give 5 minutes to the vocabulary review. 5 minutes should solely be given to your vocabulary reviewing. You came across new words while listening to English, while reading English. Now this is the time to review those words so that you can use them whenever you're doing your English speaking practice. That is important because if you won't review the words, you will not add them up in your vocabulary bank. You will not be able to use them. It is necessary. Write the words down in your vocabulary diary. So I have told you time and time again, and the complete video that I've made for you on this thing, that how you can learn the words that you are interacting on a daily basis. You need to write the words in the diary, okay? Write the words down in the diary, which is necessary. And then write the meaning of the word and one example sentence. That's going to help you In order to remember the word for longer time, you'll be able to remember the word and you'll be able to retain the vocabulary. Vocabulary is important aspect of speaking English. If you don't have much vocabulary, how are you going to speak English? So in order to speak something, you need content, and vocabulary is the building block. The words, they are the building block, because even a sentence is made up of a group of words. So that is necessary. Reviewing vocabulary is necessary. So review vocabulary for 5 minutes. That's the next thing that you need to do. Now the last block number 4, what you need to do is the most important aspect: practice your English speaking. So practice speaking English. That is important, and for 5 minutes you need to do that. You need to practice your English speaking skills. Now, because you're following this particular study plan, what you can do is, I have this particular idea for you. Either you can summarize whatever you have listened to or read, or the option number 2 is you can take up one of the various techniques that I have already told you on the channel. On my channel there are more than 10-12 videos with different techniques on how to practice your English speaking skills, how to do your practice whenever you're alone. So either you can take one technique up, or the other thing that you can do is you can summarize whatever you have listened to, you can summarize whatever you have heard to. And if you have more time, like if you have done your summarization for 2 minutes and you still have time left, that's 3 minutes, what you can do is you can do both. You can summarize, and then for rest of the 3 minutes you can do one of the speaking tasks that I have discussed in all of my videos. So that is something that you can do. Plus, one more important thing. Just before doing our speaking practice, we reviewed vocabulary. Remember to use the vocabulary that you have reviewed while speaking English. At least try to use 4 to 5 words. At least do that. If there are phrases that you've come across, use those phrases. Try using the vocabulary. Because if you won't use the vocabulary, you won't develop a habit of using them when you're speaking in the real situation. Whenever you are outside interacting with people. If you want to improve your fluency, if you want to become a great speaker, and if you want to improve your English level, the level of English competency that you have developed, you need to use the words that you came across. You need to use the vocabulary that you have reviewed while you're practicing your English, while you're doing English speaking practice, especially the speaking practice. That is important. So this is the 20 minutes study plan that you can follow for a month. Follow it for a month and see the difference for yourself. This is the easiest study plan that I could create for anybody. Do follow all the steps and see the results. 5 minutes given to each skill will add up to a huge result in the end. So I hope that today's video was helpful for you. Today's session was helpful. For more such awesome lessons, do subscribe my channel, share this video and like this video. Let me know in the comment box below what do you like about the study plan. I'll see you next time. Till then, take care and bye.